All right, and we're back with breakfast time. Back here, breakfast, healthy gamer session, Ep.3. Um, got the oatmeal, got the yogurt. We're doing some mixed berry today. I'll put that down below as usual. Got the coffee. I got a little video going in the background. That way you're not just staring at my ugly mug. Listen to me jabber here for the next 9 minutes or so. Um, So I've been coming up with a topic. Oh, look at that. Breakfast time and recording session. There's that schedule keeping me on time. All right. So I kind of just innately started discussing a specific topic the last two times. So I decided I'd keep on that. And honest to God, I couldn't figure out what to talk about. I was so lost. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. We're gonna put that on silent here. Couldn't figure out what to talk about. No clue. It's like, oh my God. 5 minutes before I turn this on, what am I gonna talk about? And then it hit me. I have a date with my daughter today. We're supposed to go play hockey. We'll see if that actually happens. I think I looked at the weather last night, and there's supposed to be a blizzard or something coming this afternoon, and it's supposed to last till Friday night. So we'll see if that actually happens when the blizzard starts. I'm still going to take her out to get skates. We're going to get a stick. We're going to get some gloves, whatever she needs to do this. From there, it'll just be, it'll be a matter of what the weather lets us do. But it reminded me of something very important. And it ties into the scheduling of yesterday. When you're making this schedule, make sure to incorporate that. Set aside time for your kids, for your pets, for family, friends, like whatever special relationships you hold. I have one best friend. I make time specifically for him where we go out and play hockey. It's pond hockey, but we go out and we play hockey. Or in the summertime, we go out and we ride a bike trail. But that relationship is important to me, so I make time for it. And that's going to go into my schedule now. That white space that I was talking about, that's going to go into my white space. It's obviously it can't overlap with work, and it can't overlap with my daughter or my family. But that relationship needs to be important too. So with that, family for me is a big motivator. So those are the two things we're going to talk about: motivation and family. Family being a huge part of that balance between that work-life balance that everybody talks about. That's spending time with your family, your friends. It's not necessarily, the work-life balance isn't necessarily like go out and get faced every night. It's not exactly what they're talking about. You're looking more along the lines of don't work 15 hours a day and then tell your family that you're too tired to hang out with them. I mean, obviously you probably are. You probably legitimately, the only thing you probably want to do is go to bed. But if that's the case, then it may be time for a change, because you're probably not very happy with that setup to begin with. I wasn't. I've had that setup. I was miserable. So now that I'm doing what I'm doing, which is, I'm gainfully unemployed. I still continue to job search. That's in part of my work category, is job searching, and then also creating content for this page that I have. But at the same time, I'm exploring other opportunities online while I'm working. I have a pretty nice setup. I made decent money at my last job, so I was able to afford a pretty decent setup that I have here. I have two monitors, so I can actually look for jobs and look for internet opportunities at the same time. Like right now, you're watching one of my screens, and then over here I have my actual broadcasting software going. Um, but you need to you need to create that balance, and you need to schedule that time, and make sure that you hold that time. That is like me having a date with my daughter. That is not the thing that I'm going to say, well, I can cancel that and reschedule it. That's not the thing that I'm going to reschedule. I will reschedule almost anything else before I reschedule that. Um, I'll reschedule time. I'll reschedule pond hockey time. Oops. I'll reschedule pond hockey time before I reschedule that. And my best friend, he's totally okay with that. He's like, no, dude, I get it. But she is my motivation. My singular motivation is to make sure that as she grows up, I am able to provide her with the best life possible. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen, which is why I'm here. It's also why I'm looking for jobs online. It's also why I'm looking for other opportunities. I was looking at some internet sites where you can take surveys for money. Not overly lucrative, so I did one, and it took up a huge chunk of time for like no gain. So I kind of passed that one by. But that's not the only thing out there. And I'm going to keep looking, because I'm going to find something that I can do to where I will get myself back up to what I was making, and then eventually I will surpass that. Because that is, for me, that is necessary. That is absolutely 100% necessary to have the life that I want to have. And it's not, there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be downfalls. Right now, I was pretty excited. The viewership seems to be going up on the page, which is awesome. I hope that continues. But for the longest time, I've been doing this. I've been making videos and streaming for 2 months, and just now I'm starting to get people to my page. Just now. So this was 2 months of just like heartbreaking streaming and content creation. And every day I'd get back on and no viewers. You have to find, she's my motivation. She's the reason that I kept doing this. But at the same time, I have to find internal motivation, because I don't have her full time. She's not around all the time. I have to find that internal motivation to get up, get out of bed every day, go work out, which I did today, and keep that schedule and continue on. There has to be a certain level of optimism. You have to understand, I am an extremely logical person, almost like probably to a fault. I don't get emotional over some things that I probably should get emotional over, because I use logic to kind of get me through the day. That's how I make my decisions. I don't get overly emotional about them, and it tends to actually piss some people off. But optimism, I use logic as, look, it's not going to happen overnight. I need to understand that. I need to take that in. I need to not get discouraged, and I need to keep moving forward. And that's a thing that happens to a lot of people, and I've been there too, where before I was the way that I am, I would try something and I didn't see that immediate result, and it was automatic discouragement, and it sucked, and I hated it, and I was like, why do I keep doing this to myself? I realized that, and I was younger at the time, but over time I realized that I need to be more logical about this. Like, this isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week. It may not even happen in a month. success takes time. Yes, there are those stories of people that became overnight millionaires. There are those stories that people that became that had like that became or like instantly famous. That those are the exceptions to the rule. Getting to where you want to be and being successful is a push, it's a trial, it's a gauntlet, it takes time. Once I figured that out and I made the decision to put in that effort to get where I wanted to be, things got so much clearer. And I instantly knew this is like I have to keep going no matter what. So my my parting words here are motivation and optimism. Find your motivation, whatever it is. Parents, siblings, spouse, kids, your sports car, your computer, your video games. Find your motivation. And the second thing, optimism. It's not going to happen overnight. It may. It may. You may get lucky and you find something, boom, that everybody loves, and there it is. But don't be surprised when that doesn't happen. Because for the masses, for the majority of us, that's not the way it's going to work. I am totally expecting to still not be making any money off of this. I'm doing this for free right now, and I expect to be doing this for free probably next month. I'm hoping I'm making money somewhere else, but you have to find that internal optimism that keeps you going. And don't forget to stick to your schedule. My schedule is going to deviate a little bit because I have to run the DMV now. That's why you see my hat and my jacket behind me. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to start the upload and I'm going to run to the DMV. But keep the optimism. Keep it going. Find your motivation. And that's going to conclude today's episode of Healthy Gamer. See you guys tomorrow.